It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. We'll be checking out Kyle Lowry tonight. He's the definition, I think, of a late bloomer when you see how his game has really blossomed with experience. How does his performance rate for you, Kenny, among the best point guards in the league?
Oh, he's up there when he's healthy. The key is health with him. I think he made his first All-Star team last year, first All-Star game. That was great. You know, at 28 years old, that usually doesn't happen when you're after 9 years in the league.
Over the course of his career, he's found ways to improve his game. He's not an efficient scorer, but he's got a lot of ways.
We're in the place they call the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario, the home of the Raptors, where we're broadcasting live. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Tip-off goes to Houston. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Houston, Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. And it's Ariza in at the three. And the Raptors with the ball. Well, Dwight Howard had that back surgery, and he's had knee trouble, and he is no longer quite as dominant, Clark, as a player we saw back in certainly his younger days in Orlando.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Kevin, he's still in the conversation for best centers in the NBA. I think he remains a superstar big man when he's healthy.
Modiunas' shot is good.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Lowry passes to Patterson. Back to Lowry. There's the dish to Patterson. Lowry against Beverly. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And it's Houston's ball. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Harden can't hit.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
And DeRozan kicks to Patterson. Here's Lowry. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Lowry's got his second basket. Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. He told me there aren't many big men with the mobility and length of Jonas Valanciunas, and that he's a player they'll really have to account for, saying, quote, JV's still developing his skill set, but there just aren't that many people in the world of his size. And you factor in his motor, he can really impact the game. Guys, we'll see how they try to deal with him.
Thanks again, Doris. Now, Ariza. Following the three-point attempt by DeRozan. Beverly. They get it back. No good from Howard.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Beverly up top. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Screen by Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Harden, that's good.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Lowry dishes to DeRozan. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Everly with the ball. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Harden against DeRozan. It's Harden with the drive. The shot is off. And Toronto will come the other way.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a pretty small club, that's
Very
for sure.
exclusive.
He can really rise up.
Well, I tell you, I would have preferred to see a little more resistance from the defense on that play, though, guys.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Ariza goes in. Feeds it to Beverly. Kicks it out to Harden. There's the triple, and the shot is good. Harden's got 10 points.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Out to DeRozan, trying to get back on track. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Well, he can give as good as he gets.
Gamesmanship going on right here. You've seen it, Craig. You know exactly what's going on right there. He answers right back with that 3 of his own.
And that's a nice possession. Did a good job to get that open shot. And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. You know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. Brewer comes in for James Harden. Scola passes to Powell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Stolen by Beverly. 1:02 left here in the opening quarter. Screen by Howard. And Beverly kicks to Beasley. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high-percentage shots in the paint here already.
Howard setting the pick for Beverly. Pass to Beasley. Excellent D there for Scola.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in, and it's KJ McDaniels in for Trevor Ariza. Second free throw, no good.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking him down today.
Yambo dishes to Scola. Here's Powell. And again, no good by Toronto. McDaniels kicks to Terry. Goes up on the high post. He squares up and sinks it.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Houston on top. They lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And a chance to hear from point guard Kyle Lowry about the chemistry of this Raptors team. They're all pulling in the same direction.
You know, we got a group of guys who came in and bought into the offensive system, the defensive system, and it just clicked. And we got a bunch of guys in here who only want to see
question is whether or not that team unity, as rare as it is making a difference for the Raptors. Does it make Kyle Lowry any better? Do they just give it more time?
You know, you could argue it both ways, Kevin, because it's worked both ways. I mean, teams that couldn't stand one another have won rings, and so have tight-knit groups who were really close. So there's really no magic formula. I think there's a little bit of art to go with the science in that.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive, guys, on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Terry and Harden are the 1 and 2. Beasley out there with McDaniels, and it's Capella in at the center position. And so he makes both from the line.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And it's Terry off the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of sitting in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Raptors. And a switch here also for Houston. Monty Eunice is checked in. Takes a 3. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist by Lowry. 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And that is good.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6. When I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Bumped on the way up, but hits it, and they call the blocking foul. For the Rockets, Howard's checked in for Capella. Reza comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jason Terry.
And with the Rockets last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
Over to the left wing. Carroll kicks to Lowry. He feeds it to Carroll. Out to the right wing. Here's Patterson. It's good from long range. Patterson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Screen by Howard. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Monty Eunice. Toronto grabs the miss.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's Harden with the drive. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Well, and guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
Dishes to Carroll. Back to Lowry. Pass to Carroll. Tries from 10. Misses off the left iron. Houston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Ariza passes to Howard. Ariza kicks to Howard. Now the pass to Beverley. It's Harden with the drive. Ariza has the open look. No good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. And finished off by DeRozan.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Biyombo, he's checked in for the Raptors. Corey Joseph comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Harden kicks to Moniunas. Back to Harden. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Lowry. Harden against Carroll. From downtown. The shot by Lowry, no good.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development.
Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. Clark reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
And it's Joseph in the corner. Puts up a three, and there's Lowry. That's good on the assist from Joseph. And it's 7 points for Kyle Lowry. Rockets trail by 3. Inside, it's tipped and stolen by Scola. Fast break Toronto. Stolen by Beverly. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's his first foul.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
.116 left to play in the first half. Shot, high post. No good from Ross.
And, you know, for the Rockets, acquiring James Harden might be the trade of the decade. You look at what they gave up, and it's hard to argue that they didn't win that transaction in a big way.
Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Got a piece of it. Pass to Biyombo. Lets it go. And Luis Scola gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul for the Rockets. Capella's checked in, and it's McDaniels in for Trevor Ariza. Terry outside. He kicks it to Beasley. Inside, Capella, and he jams it with authority.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Stolen by Terry. And now here comes Terry late in the break, and he gets it to go. Now it's a 5-point Rocket lead.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Biyombo kicks to Joseph. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Rockets lead by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. James Harden was the man in the first. He ended up with 19 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
They're giving up way too many good looks. You want to keep your opponent under 50% shooting? They have not done that. What's the solution? Maybe more ball pressure, more physicality down low. Whatever it is, Ernie, they need to figure it out.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season. And then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
Out to DeRozan. Toronto working the ball around now. It's deflected, but he gets it back. Over to the wing. That's tipped. Shot clock at 6. And Valanciunas kicks to Patterson. Good on the three-point shot. Patterson's got 6.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Lowry against Beverly. Harden outside. A 3-ball. That drops. Harden's got the lead up to 6 now for Houston.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Out to the right wing. Outside DeRozan. Fires the 3. The Rockets pull it in. Reza dishes to Beverly. The feed to Harden. Modiunas a screen on DeRozan. Here's Howard.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Kicks it to Harden. Howard, the pass to Ariza. Howard setting the pick for Ariza. Back to Howard. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And oh, here we go. DeRozan, nobody back. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Takes the three. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 15 points for DeMar DeRozan. And if carrying the team during the regular season wore Harden down, Greg, as you're talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not parts, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
Rockets leading by 4. Knocks it loose. Down low. Harden outside. Plays it up and banks it in. Harden's got 27 points.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Here's Valanciunas. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Powell, he's checked in for Toronto. Joseph comes in for DeMar DeRozan. The Rockets also changing it up. Capella's checked in, and it's Beasley in for Montejunas. Houston's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
And Patterson kicks to Powell. Shoots. That one off the back iron and out. Houston leading by 5. Harden left side. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his post game. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And again, Toronto no luck. Houston's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. That's good. Brewers got the lead up to 9 now for Houston.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
And the basket by Scola. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Terry outside. To the inside. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Houston making a switch. McDaniels checked in. Ross in the corner. To the paint. Combo dishes to Ross. No good from 18.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they both shot the ball since the break.
Joseph. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Terry. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Houston on top, ending the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Houston leading by 12. So on the floor for Houston, Trevor Ariza out there with Beasley. Then there's Howard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's McDaniels in at the 2. Ariza kicks to McDaniels. Back to Ariza. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Here's Patterson. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Joseph. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Assist from Dwight Howard.
Raptors trail by 12. Out left to the wing. From the arc. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
To the wing on the left. Beverly wide open. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one. And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverly, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He's not pleased with the careless turnovers offensively, saying, listen, we've got to get shots. It's as simple as that. We have to play smart and value the basketball. Kevin, did it sink in?
Thanks again, Doris. Lowry for 3, sinks it. What range from outside? Wow.
You know, talking about Beverly, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverly's toughness on defense particularly. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Lowry against Beverly. The dish to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Out to DeRozan. To the middle. Feeds it to Carroll. Lowry inside the line, and the shot is long.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverly, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor. Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Lowry kicks to Carroll to the right side. Here's Patterson. He dishes it to Valanciunas. And it's sent back by Howard. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Harden with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. And Beverly kicks to Valanciunas. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Rockets?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, adding on to that, we can't fail to mention all the steals they've piled up, too. I mean, that's making a big difference. They've really gotten into them defensively.
Harden outside from deep. And another 3 for Houston.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Here is Lowry. And again, Toronto no up.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Harden the pass to Motiejunas. There's a screen by Motiejunas. And Beverly kicks to Motiejunas. 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. Here's Howard. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
All right. And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And Patterson kicks to Valanciunas.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Rockets.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin. Quite honestly, they were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for James Harden. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Here's Beverly. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Knocked away, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. A new group in now for the Raptors. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Terrence Ross is checked in for DeMar Carroll, and it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. Lowry for 3. Rebounded by Capella. So it's the Rockets now. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
Pass to Brewer. Wide open look. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Corey Joseph.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Joseph misses there. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Dwight, the team seemed to surge in the second half with a renewed life. What did you tell the guys during halftime?
I just told our guys we got to finish the game, you know. They're a good team, and we don't want to let them get close. So we did a good job of playing our game tonight, you know, and not rushing. And just, we got to go win.
Dwight, congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden, who notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.